back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're still watching Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. And as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about the new project being inaugurated by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on the reclamation of 1.5 million feddans, and how are we going to provide water for this project. It's going to be provided mostly from underground water, and the positive impact of the expected actually positive impact of this project on Egypt's economy. Who will benefit from this project? Why do we need this project? All this we will be discussing with Dr. Magda Bagnied, Professor of Media and Communication. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Magda, and good morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year, since we're almost one day.
Yes, Happy New Year to you as well,
Happy
lovely
New
doctor.
Year.
Thank you very much for joining us. This is a very important project. It's not only a mega project, but definitely there's so many benefits out of it. What can you tell us as a media expert? How do you see this project?
Well, I see it as one of the hopes for Egypt, for those people who would like to be employed. You know, we have a problem here with the employment for the youth ones. Also for the graduates, they can have a new job here. For farmers to expand. And of course for the young ones, you know, since they would like to work here, is a good opportunity, since we're talking about 1.5 million feddans. So it's and this is scattered, not only in one place in Egypt. So I think it gives at least a hope to the Egyptian youth that tomorrow should be better, and inshallah it will be better. I think it is very important. And we need such kind of projects to give hope to the people, especially after the past, I would say, 3 or 4 years where Egypt was passing with dilemma and difficulties, and there is no hope. At least this is a green light for the Egyptian youth and people.
Who do you think will benefit from this project? How do you think the youth in specific will benefit from this project?
You can think about, first of all, those graduates of the university itself, the agriculture. You can think about those, you know, people who would like to work, because you will need many fields. I mean, we have to think about also model villages. Okay, we'll have villages there. You will need people, you know, to start electricity. They take care of the water. They take care of the hand itself, the laborer itself. They will work. So not all graduates, but I'm talking about a variety of Egyptians who can benefit. Experts, engineers. Of course, with the new society emerging here, you will have doctors, you know, also to take care of the health of the people. We will have many chances here.
Yes. Doctor, you know, we're always known in Egypt to have very good potentials, but we very much lack administration and experience. If I were to ask you, how do you see this whole project being correctly or rightly administrated to ensure the equal benefit of all those people who will be involved in this mega project?
Planning, Yasmin. Planning is very important. Okay, what would be the target for such a project? I would have an eye on the target itself, meaning that what do I want to do exactly? Do I need just to spread these lands, period? No. Because if I would spread like what happened during Nasser's time, remember when they used to give the 5 feddans, but what happened is that these people the farmers took these lands, and then it was inherited to their children, and then it was cut into small pieces like a piece of cake, and it was gone. We need to keep clusters of these lands, and we need people to work, a variety of people and a large amount of people, to boost farming. We have problems in farming also. We need to see what kind of new plantations, because it's not in one area. You have a variety of lands that will be reclaimed. So we need to look for the vegetables. We will have better vegetables. We can become self-sufficient, not to get more, for instance, wheat, etc., and things like that, corn, whatever. We can have more plantations. We need experts in the field of agriculture. We need to see the up-to-date kind of plantation. So you need technology here in order to grow right away, not to wait. Have a study. And then we have to have also marketing for the idea itself, so that youth can come and people can come. And then
I want to take it from you here, and I want to ask you, what's the expected role of the media to market this project and to support this project, I mean, among the Egyptians and foreign investors also?
We know, basically we know that what is the role of the media. You have also to give information, education, teach people, advertise. These are the basic things. Now, in this case, we need to create awareness here. We have to create awareness for the people to know, guys, here we have a new project. We can help you with this and that. You can come. And also the benefit for them. We have to tell them the benefit. Why should I leave Cairo or Alexandria or villages and go to such maybe remote areas, because this will be brand new. Okay, they will start from scratch.
That's exactly what I want to interrupt you here for. Speaking of the media and speaking of raising awareness, when you spoke about encouraging the farmers,
Yes.
we do have to realize that the fact is that farming in Egypt, those people who are willing to pursue that as a career or business or work are not available anymore, at least not in the younger generations.
When they give them the incentive, they will be.
Yeah, but the thing is that people now, I mean, we've become a community that very much labels people, and it's not very much welcomed in different classes of society for someone to be working as a farmer. It's like underestimating who he is, although he is doing a very important job.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a lot of needs in lives that they can't fulfill by working in this field, because the farmer is not making that profit. He's maybe the only one who's making the less of the least, because there's a lot of other process that this product is going to go through before reaching the customers, whether it's vegetable, fruits, or whatever is going to be planted. So again, in terms of administration, how can you ensure the rights of the farmers?
Before we talk about the rights of the farmer, as she said in her question, what should the role of the media be? Now, to create awareness, marketing for the project itself, to tell the people what could be the benefit, but we have to get experts to talk about it, you know, so that people would understand, be convinced, and then they can take the role of helping and doing something. But if you leave them, how would they know? How would they know about it? So it's very important to tell them, now you can come and give them some incentive that if they stay in certain area, they will have such and such a thing.
And again, if I may say, in terms of corruption, because you know everybody's going to be a bit worried about, okay, this is a mega project. Naturally, there should be very positive outcomes. Yet we want to ensure that everybody's going to keep law and order when it comes to each stage of this. Who's going to be monitoring, or who should be monitoring, in your view?
You have to have special people to undertake this project, people who are serious enough to take care, people who are also nationalists. You need somebody who really and truly loves Egypt. I mean, if you leave your land and you go to a remote area, what would make you go there unless you feel that you want to help Egypt?
Yes.
So we need to think about those people who should be planted there. I'm not talking about the plantation. I'm talking about engineers. I'm talking about people who would spread the information, schools about agriculture, you know, to have many projects that will support. If I talk about, for instance, the ideal village or the model village, what should I have there? I have to think about the content itself.
Yes, of course.
As a citizen, I mean, he gets married, he would have his children raised in this area. So self-service, and it's a complete thing by itself. Now, we have to think also about the water itself, the irrigation. Now we do not have to depend entirely on the Nile, because some of the areas are remote. The underground water, if we have areas now that have the raining, like Sinai, nowadays we have problems of too much raining coming. So maybe they can have a barrage here or there, you know, just to keep the water. And of course the Nile on the other side. But basically we have to be self-sufficient in irrigating the lands. And then
Dr. Magda will be back to this very specific point regarding irrigation, but right after this short break.
فرق نقدم مشروع المليون ونص فدان. مشروع معدات وافراد وكل الدراسات الخاصه به تم الانتهاء منها. اول مثال على الريف المصري الحديث هتشوفوه بالفعل شغال على الارض، اراضي اتعملت واتجهزت، ابار اتحفرت واتجهزت واتحطت عليها وسائل الري بتاعها. ان احنا مش هنعمل حاجه الا اذا كانت مدروسه كويس. انتوا بتعملوا حاجه عظيمه جدا، ما كانش قدامنا خيار تاني غير كده، نفضل نشتغل. الدولة ما بتعملش شعب، الشعب هو اللي بيعمل الدولة. بناء البلاد جهد وعرق وإخلاص وأمانة. أنا أتحدى أي حد يقدر يعمل اللي احنا بنعمله ده في 10 سنين.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and back to our discussion of Egypt's new mega project regarding the reclamation of 1.5 million feddans, and back to our guest, Dr. Magda Bagnied. Dr. Magda, we were talking about the issue of irrigation, and as we knew that 80% of the water will be provided for this project from underground water.
Correct.
Would you please elaborate on this?
Underground, because some of the areas are remote. And we do not have to depend entirely on the Nile, because if you are talking about places like you can have desert and so on, so underground, and sometimes I'm talking about rain. Some areas would have rain. If we can have built barrages or whatever in these areas to keep this rain that coming. For instance, we hear about rains coming to Sinai. You know, it's problematic because it's too much rain. We can benefit from this water. So this will help definitely in the irrigation. Also, I need to talk about something else. The type of fruits that Egypt and the vegetables and the food itself that they grow, we need also to see what would be the latest in choosing, for instance, the seeds that you can plant in certain areas. Because not all of Egypt, same temperature.
Right.
So we need to think about, for instance, when they started to make strawberry in Egypt and, you know, have different types of fruits, we need to get back the taste, okay, and the smell of the thing itself. Now, with too much of those closed, you know, kind of irrigation and not irrigation, of plantation, sometimes you could not feel the taste of the fruit. It will be big enough, but it's not as tasty as it used to be.
It became like Europe more, right? The fruits look very nice, and, but with no taste.
Exactly. I think we need to get
something
back that.
changed in the way of...
But I must say something, but in winter, things taste very much than in summer. The vegetables, they taste sweeter, and they have a different taste than in
house,
summer.
you know, they put it in plant houses.
Does this have to do with the weather?
Also, you have to think about the seed itself that you would put, and the irrigation and the temperature, and more like the natural type. I mean, you need to, for instance, the mango in Egypt is very well known.
Yes.
Now you taste it, you know, this is coming from Egypt. You know, this
Of
it
course.
did not change. It did not change.
It's not like any other place in the world. We have the best mango in the world.
Yeah, in fact, yes. In fact, yes. But I'm talking about...
When we talk about taste, I mean, it's very tasty compared to any other country.
Yes, I'm thinking about, you know, the other vegetables. Okay, it could be big and looks nice, but you need the taste and you need the smelling of the fruit itself or the vegetable itself. Now, you need an expert to get back to this, you know, to the quality itself, not the quantity here. So people who are specialized should go and give a hand. Maybe people can travel abroad and see and study and so on. This is not our job here. We talk about creating awareness that this will open doors for people and for the youth and for new communities to start. And also it will have more labor. This is what we need. We have shortage here on work and so on. But also you have to create also, beside the awareness, to tell these people that they will benefit. They have to have something tangible that they can stay in remote areas and to start such projects, and not to divide the lands. Because after a while, you know, they will be inherited for children and it will dissolve.
So you mean that the lands would remain in under the hands of the government, and they're just like
not
employees on these lands?
Yeah, but the benefit should be for the total area, for the people themselves. Otherwise, if they dissolve like what happened in the 5 feddans before, you will not know, you will not notice. It will be inherited and it stops there. You will need another project to start something like that. But the idea itself to start, you know, a project like that, and Egypt was known and is still known as an agricultural land because of the product itself. But we need to get back to this, like cotton, for instance. We need to see whether the weather is suitable for the plantation for a long period, not to take, you know,
A seasons
and so on. And also we have to stay away from some of the plantation that would take too much irrigation. Why? Because until we can find enough water to irrigate these lands. It is important, especially that we're talking about some issues about water and so on. So I think slowly but surely, yes, definitely. It's a plus. It's plus for...
Right. Dr. Magda, as you've just mentioned, that reclaiming such vast areas of land will create new communities.
Exactly.
How do you think this will take place, and what kind of support is needed to promote these areas?
First of all, they have to know about it, what is happening and where, and who is going to be eligible to go and stay in such areas. You need, first of all, young ones, middle-aged ones, okay, to go in with their experience and expertise to go and work there. And you're starting a new life there. I mean, this
doesn't that require the services to be there before the people go? And we're talking here about the time frame.
Yasmin, it's a complete area. It's a complete place. Now, like if, for instance, you have a new city, I'm not talking about even villages, a new city, you need to have a community, you have to have schools, you have to have hospitals, you have to have engineers, you have to have everything. So that will start all these things around it, not only in Cairo, in Egypt.
That's going to take time, isn't it?
Well, this is what we have. We have time. I mean, do not kill yourself for something that will boost tomorrow. This is a long process that will take time. But anyway, we're ready for that. I mean, the youth is there and they're ready. And remember, the population here is how many?
The true population, or the
90 what?
100?
Haram, no, this is too much. Now these people,
but 13, 14 million of them are infants anyway, so.
No, what I'm talking about is that we need to make jobs for the coming generation. And here is the place. They will start, not necessarily here, but they can spread all over Egypt so that they can have a better future. Definitely with new models of the villages, they can have a better future.
Right, Dr. Magda Bagnied, Professor of Media and Communication, many thanks for joining us, and have a good day, and Happy New Year, of course.
Thank you
for joining us.
Happy
New Year to Nile TV and all the people watching us, and I hope, inshallah, next year, the 2016, will be very good for Egypt and helpful and peaceful.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much, and also, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on our breakfast show this morning. You were in the company of Niveen Ramzi and me, Yasmin Bakir, and Happy New Year to all the viewers, and stay tuned, the French transmission is coming up next.
Thank you.